Hello everybody, thanks for joining this session. My name is Arvind Tiwari. I work for CTO Innovation Group in Cisco Intercloud Services. And today I'm going to talk about Intercloud collaboration with Alliance, which is an innovation project from our group, which bring multi-cloud platform, seamless multi-platform or intercloud. So here we go. So everybody is talking about collaboration, like since last 2 days I'm hearing that collaboration, right? So why collaboration? So in a nutshell, this is why we want to do collaborate, because collaboration is powerful, it's fun, it sounds good, and it brings a lot of innovation, and above all, it is rewarding. So collaboration is not a new concept. There are a lot of business problems has been solved by collaboration. For example, airline industry or telephony industry or shipping, courier, everybody is doing collaboration and they are solving business problem. Then why not a cloud provider can do the same thing? Like why not they collaborate and solve the problem? So in reality, a cloud provider cannot have a presence in each region all over the world. So best way to solve this problem is by collaborating with other provider in the region. So think about it. There are multiple providers all over the world, or if you scale down in United States, there are many providers, and they want to. They have their own set of customer. So providers, they want to get business from other region, and consumers, basically, they want to have computing resources in other region to scale up their application, and they want to work with their favorite provider. And to support this kind of use cases, Alliance is the best model to go with. Okay, so cloud provider can bring Alliance model, or they can set up a partnership model with their favorite cloud provider in other region, and they can help their customer as well as they can grow their business. So think about it. There is a provider in the Colorado and another provider in California, right? And they have their own set of consumers, right? And let's say a consumer from Colorado want to have resources or computing resources in California. So instead of setting up the entire cloud, let's make a partnership, and I'm going to use my partner in the California region and vice versa. So what's the problem? So there are some way to do this kind of collaboration, but it is not seamless. So one thing is the lack of uniform platform and technology. For example, it is not a good experience for customer if I have to switch between different APIs or different endpoint or different UIs, right? So we need a uniform platform to do this. Single pane of glass is the biggest problem, because if I have to deal with multiple providers, then I'm dealing with multiple UI as well as multiple endpoints, right? And API schema. So, and another thing is, let's say we are talking about OpenStack, right? And so customer have to deal with multiple OpenStack project in the multiple provider cloud, right? So that is another problem. Data security, privacy and control is another problem, which can be better solved by the Alliance model. And last 2 point, I put a star over there, because we are not solving that problem with this one, but we are thinking about it. For example, cloud identities and inter-provider trust, resource federation and discovery. So in case, like if multiple cloud providers are involved to set up intercloud, then there has to be seamless way to federate the resources so that somebody can query the resource, consumer, and say that, okay, yes, I want this resource. So what's the solution? So we are working on a framework called Alliance, which is trusted P2P decentralized, which is basically based on trusted P2P decentralized architecture. What that means is gateway is a open source common component. Anybody can deploy it at their premise, and they can, based on their partnership, they can set up the trust, and it will bring, basically it is software defined gateway. There is no hardware involvement. It will give you a single pane of glass for infrastructure as well as platform, right? And uniform REST API, single endpoint, that is important. So for consumer or consumer, gateway is going to give you a single endpoint and single interface to the entire distributed decentralized system. So Apart from that, we are introducing a concept of namespaces, human-readable names for each cloud in this distributed system. And what that brings to us is, first of all, it is a very good way to group or scope resources in the different cloud consumed by one of the cloud. And so, gateway to gateway communication is RPC. Basically, we are using Apache Thrift to do this, and it is a cryptographic secure channel. We are using PKI and cryptographic authentication to establish and validate trust. So, and it is a modular design. What that means is we can have different model for infrastructure as well as for platform. And it is plug-in. What that means is, for example, let's say infrastructure, we can have different version of OpenStack, for example, right? So think about it in this picture, in the left side, let's say like the private cloud, which is consuming resources from one of the provider. And one thing I want to mention here, I'm using Telstra and T-System. They are our partner. But this thing haven't been set up as a production. We are just in the POC state, okay? So, and one more thing is gateway, we can define a namespace scope policy. What that means is one provider can do XYZ, but the other, one consumer can do XYZ, but not the other one, right? So basically it is based on trust. So I have a demo, I'll explain it to you, like how the trust model work. And gateway to the underpinning cloud will be happening, communication between gateway to the underpinning cloud will be happening in the native protocol. For example, if we are using OpenStack, then we are going to use the OpenStack API or client. And gateway has been developed in a mindset that we can work with different cloud platform, for example, VMware. So we can develop a plugin from VMware and integrate with the gateway. So this is the idea behind gateway. And last, we expect MPLS or VPN kind of connectivity between data centers, but it can also work with on public network with some limitation. Next, actually, we are introducing a concept of project federations to avoid dealing with multiple projects. So what that means is, let's say this is a private cloud, and user has a project in their local cloud, okay, and then at the time when he decided that, okay, I want to consume resources from the other cloud, which is in the alliance model, we are going to federate the project, okay? So in this concept, project federation is user is going to use single project all over the system, distributed system, decentralized system, and so they can manage resources across the cloud with a single name, okay? And we are going to use namespaces to avoid the name collision. So this is what project federation means. Next thing, supported profile. With Alliance, we can support multiple profile. And first thing is the hybrid cloud delivery or cloud bursting, which I'm going to demonstrate soon. Next thing is Intercloud, because this is the main problem we have to solve. So that is why we started this project. And finally, enterprise multi-region cloud, okay? So single pane of glass, when I say like a user in a hybrid cloud model should see this kind of UI. So we have extended horizon, and we have introduced a plugin for Alliance. So user will select what remote region. So this is his local portal, right? User will select which region he want to work or which partner he want to work at a particular time. So he can seamlessly manage his resource across the cloud. And one thing I want to mention, this is not the UI only. The API behind this UI is namespace aware, and which does all the magic. So let's go to the demo quickly. And this is our hypothetical demo environment, where left side is a consumer, which is a private cloud, and right side we are trying to mention Cisco region 1 and Telstra region 1. So you can see we are running gateway as well as Horizon in single VM, and in the right side we are doing the same, like gateway and Horizon running in the one VM. And so very first thing is we have to do the cloud pairing. The way we do the Bluetooth pairing, cloud pairing is setting up the trust between the cloud consumer and the provider. are two partners, right? So first thing is we have to start with the setting up cloud pairing. So one thing, we have to define the namespace, and then so your cloud is set up here, and after that you have to set up the metadata. Metadata is like PKI as well as the endpoint of gateway at the other side, and same thing we have to done for the provider side as well. So once this is done, it is pretty seamless, and user from private cloud can seamlessly manage resources at the other side. So in this slide, we are selecting that which region we want to work with. Immediately after that, we are going to federate the project at the other side. So you can see that we are federating the project, and we are overloading the namespace, which is not a good idea. We are working on it. We need to work with the Keystone team to have a separate field for it. So after that, it is pretty seamless. You can create all the resources from your local portal, and you can network. You can add router, network. See, this is the network topology, and after that you can list network. You can add image. You can launch instance. And you can set up key pair. So almost all functionality you can do without going to the other provider side. You can do everything sitting from your own portal. Okay, and so this is the trust-based model where you trust your provider, and your customer also trusts like what are the provider in the Intercloud, right, or in the hybrid cloud mode as well. But I am so I want to go to the last slide because which is okay. Finally, so this is the overall view of the resources you have in the other side, but you are working on your local portal right now. And lastly, for whatever reason, if this user, which is the private cloud side, wanted to go to the public to the provider side, or provider enforced that okay, no, you have to do some certain operation here, then we are introducing a concept of OpenStack native federation, which is based on partner simple trust. What that means is user is going to scope his token to the local cloud, and then he will say okay, I want to rescope my token to the remote provider side. And in response, we are going to give the referral token and some encrypted message with the endpoint. And user is going to make call to that endpoint with that information. And Alliance Gateway is going to consume those information and validate that whether this is the right person with the referral token and the encrypted message. And it will return with the token scope to this the remote cloud. And we can utilize the same token ID, or we can have a new token. So this is the simple trust model, which is less complex than current Keystone to Keystone model. I think that's it. So please drop me an email if you guys like it, or catch me at the Cisco booth. If you have any question, I can demonstrate it live. That's it.